Hey guys, in this tutorial we're going to be looking at the second part of our composition. Congratulations on reaching this far. I'd really love to see the results of your edit or any type of edit you've made while watching this walkthrough. Okay, let's get started. So we're now going to be working on the third clip, as that's the most composite intensive clip of this whole edit. Now I'm going to be showing you how I made this. Now first of all, I'm gonna delete this and show you what it originally was. So it originally was like this, and now I'm going to create a compound clip. I'm gonna create a compound clip and I'm gonna edit this in a different timeline. Now what I want, my aim of the composition is to focus on his eye, a bit more, and that is the only thing I can play around with. So first I will see how to glow it. So I'll just mask this. Alright, now I'm gonna add my BCC plus glow, as that is by far the best glow effect I've used till now. I'd recommend using new blue effects and BCC effects for your edits. Right, so here's my plus glow and I'm gonna add it 3 times. And since the color theme is the most important in these glows, I'm gonna be choosing purple. So I'll choose a high purple with a brightness of 120, while my other colors are going to be white with a brightness of 50, and my last layer is gonna have a brightness of 17. So as you can see, this gives a really good glow on the eye. And since this looks very unnatural right now, I'm gonna be keyframing the opacity from 0 to 100. Okay, so now that's done. I'll save this for later, and I'll now work on how to highlight this more than the original clip. So for that I need to fade this lower layer out, and for that I can use this overlay, which I've used throughout the edit multiple times. The link is down in the description so you can get it easily. And I'll be changing the blending mode of this to multiply and changing the time to reverse so that it fades out. See, so we're making some progress over here. Now to make this a bit more natural, I'll start a vignette effect. I'll use the newer effect, and I'll start it from a bit behind so that it feels a bit more natural. Now I'll not interrupt the shape, I'll just use the frame settings. I'll keyframe it from 0 to full. Now if you render this, see, so adding multiple effects gives the clip a natural look. So without the vignette it would just look like this, and it looks really weird and off. I can even start this from more behind if it looks better, and it doesn't hurt to put more behind, does it? Now what I would like to do is add an effect on the eye. Now how would I do that? I'd first use this overlay and speed ramp it to 2 times the speed, and I'm gonna mask this using my chroma key. I'll just select the black, use a drop shadow to make it seem as if I've added a glow, and yeah, this is perfect. I can even make it purple, but that's up to you, to be honest. Now I'll position this so that it matches the eye over here. I should end it a bit earlier so that the only thing visible is the eye. Yeah, so in my opinion that looks pretty good. I can even start from a bit behind. Now, yeah, this looks better. Okay, so now we're halfway through our composition. Now here's the tricky part. What I'm gonna do now is mask solid white colors. And why is that? So that it emphasizes more on the thing which I want to highlight. Remember that adding more effects may cluster or overcrowd your edit, but adding the right effects can highlight your intentions even more. I'm going to select a solid color of white and mask it. Like this. This is good, and I'm gonna be scaling this so that I'm gonna duplicate this 3 more times so that I can cover all 4 directions, centering the eye. So I can make this a bit smaller. Now that's done. I'll also rotate it a bit. Okay, so now that that's done, I'll be keyframing this so that it comes closer to the eye. So one keyframe like this and the others like this. Okay, so now that's done, I'm gonna be adding a drop shadow with settings of this that you can copy so that it looks like I've added an outer glow. I can also keyframe the opacity so that it seems natural. And now the cherry on top is a black smoke overlay, and when you clip it and paste it on the lines, then it'll look like this. Now that that's done, we can focus on the other clips. Now here I've decided to use a laser eye effect, as the red lining gives a very fast sense of movement, and hence I'm gonna create a compound clip, or I can just copy paste it on top as it's just one single layer. I'll copy paste it below the effects so that the effect can also be applied on the sticker. Follows the red lining of the eye. And since it's here, I'll also use this on the other clip. I'll keyframe it differently. So if I render it, here's what it looks like. This is a bit rushed, so if you play around with the keyframes a bit more, you'll achieve a more perfect result. You can even change the blending mode of the sticker to fit your needs. And what I feel is missing here is lighting, and how can I fix that? Well, I can just mask my white solid colors into circles and then just blur them and paste them somewhere on a corner. I feel like that makes much more sense than using a plain white solid color. And here I can use the same thing but on a different angle as the eye shines on the right. So maybe using a light source on the right makes more sense. I can also keyframe this. I can keyframe the opacity. And to fix the motion tiles over here, what you can do is just copy paste this beneath the original layer and increase the scale. To be honest, it looks fine like this, but you can also add a square blur. You can add a square blur so that the background layer is not that visible. Or your last option may be to just add some black bars. To remove the black bars over here, what I can do is just compound clip this and then duplicate the compound clip and do the same which I've done here. So try that out. And last but not least, our last clip looks fine. Maybe adding a bit of neon lights would do the trick. Let's remove this for a clear image, and I would prefer adding neon lights on top instead of inside the clip. Also remove this for a more clear view. Okay, so how I want my neon lights to look is, first I would increase the density, and because that makes it much more clearer and visible. Glow, I would like to use white. White looks good. And our picture comes in play, which is most important. So I'm just going to be keyframing the picture and the opacity, so when they both will decrease over time. So my picture is gonna increase while my opacity is going to decrease. So this is our composition side of things, and it looks pretty good. So here I would obviously recommend to add the same things that I've added on the other clips, and that is the spin blur and fast lens blur, because that's what's been going on throughout the edit. This is a bit too much, so I'll just decrease the duration of these effects. And decrease the spin as well, as is a smaller clip, and the blur as well. Alright, so with that I think that's enough, and in the next tutorial we're going to be looking at how to mask certain parts of our clips and how to add a beautiful glow on them to make them look outstanding and unreal, like I've done here. So be sure to stay tuned for that, because that is going to be our second last video and it's going to be very important. So I hope you guys learned how to mask, how to use solid colors, how to use lighting, and how to keep your effects sensible throughout the edit without making it a bit too messy. And here obviously my timeline may be looking a bit messy because of the different effects I've tried, but believe me, once you try everything becomes clear to you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned a lot from this video. If you did, please like, comment, share and subscribe, and on that note I'll be seeing you in the next one.